I'm going to talk about options. Okay, this particular topic, options. In network marketing, you will find people will say, okay, you should not have any other option. Okay, put your best effort in network marketing only. Don't think about anything else. Okay, and burn your boats. All these kind of things you have already heard in network marketing, all the leaders, all the motivational speakers. But now I'm going to talk more about options. In some way, I think they're absolutely right that we should not have more options in our life. If we have more options, we will have more confusion. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this, and then we will go to the main topic of today. So I'm going to share with you a real life incident. Okay, so this is our society. I live in Noida, so this is our society, and suppose this is our home. Okay, we live in a tower and 12th floor, so this is our home. So I and Soumya, I and my wife, we actually go for evening walk. And just before this meeting, we were having evening walk. And during evening walk, there are two options for us. One option is in this society campus. Okay, so this is our society campus. So sometimes what we do, most of the times what we do is we have a walk within our society campus. So this is a kind of circle, the pathway, and this is the thing, because here is a play field and here is some parking. Okay, and the remaining parking is underground. And what we do is we actually do a walk this way. Okay, in this you can say circle. Okay, so one circle. Okay, so one circle is maybe 500 meters. Okay, means half kilometer, or you can say around 700 or 800 meters. Okay, so I'm just taking it as an example. Maybe it is 500 meters. So what we decide is, okay, today we will have 1 hour walk. So what we have decided is every day we should have at least 1 hour walk before the meeting. Okay, every evening we should have 1 hour walk. So just following this religiously, what we do, we every evening around 5:45 p.m. or around 6 p.m. we go for an evening walk. So when we go for an evening walk, this is option number 1. And there is option number 2. This is our society, but there is another, means suppose this is our society. Okay, this is our society, and there is a park near our society which is around 500 meters. Sorry, yeah, maybe one kilometer. It is around 1 kilometer away from our home, from our main society. 1 kilometer away from our society, there is a huge park. Okay, and when we take a complete circle of this park, it is around means this park itself is a 1 kilometer entire circle. So what we do whenever we go for this kind of option number 2, sometimes we go to this park through our by driving to this park, and we take sometimes we go to this main park. This is a big park, right? There's so many other people who come there. So now very interesting thing happens. Whenever we take option number 1, our main idea is to have at least 1 hour walk every day. So whenever we take this option number 1, sometimes what happens, this is a small circle, right? Sometimes what happens, when we take first round, sometimes my wife says, okay, and all those married people, you will understand this. Sometimes my wife says this. Sometimes she says, okay, I am feeling leg pain. Okay, I'm not feeling very energetic today for walk. Okay, so I'm feeling little cramp in my leg. So let's go back. Let's go back to home after one or two rounds. Okay, leg pain. I say, okay, first round. Okay, I try to convince. Okay, let's have another round. So we take 4 to 5 rounds like this. But after 1 or 2 rounds, she sometimes say, okay, I am feeling pain. I'm going back to home. And when she goes back, okay, I also have to go back to my home. Okay. Sometimes what happens? Sometimes she says, okay, sometimes we cross some particular home, because here are some apartments, some buildings. Okay, so when we move nearby to some home, and sometimes when we smell aroma of coffee, it happens, right? Does this happen to you whenever you walk besides any home, and especially kitchen, outside kitchen, through exhaust fan? Sometimes you feel, oh, something is cooking here, very mouth watering. Yes or no? So sometimes what happens whenever we walk through some particular home, okay, so we smell the aroma. Sometimes she smell aroma of coffee, and she says, let's go back to home and let's have a coffee. Okay, it has now become irresistible. Okay, I have to go back to home and I will prepare coffee for you. And I say, okay, fine, that's good, let's have a coffee. So we came for a 1 hour walk, but we had option to go back to our home. Are you getting it or not? We had option to go back to our home because we were within our society only. So sometimes leg pain, sometimes, okay, coffee, let's have a coffee, let's go back. Weather is very good, let's go back, have a tea. Okay, all these things we do. And sometimes she says, okay, I'm feeling very tired, and blah blah blah. There's so many other kind of thing. This is how our mind plays. Whenever we take a round within our society, something happens. Something happens. Okay, leg pain, coffee, feeling tired, all these kind of things, something happens because we had option. Here we have option to go back to our home because our home is very near. We are just passing through our tower, and okay, we are passing through G Tower. We live in G Tower, so we're passing through G Tower. Okay, let's go back to home. Okay, I'm not. Let's tomorrow we will do 1 hour. Okay, today 15 minutes is okay. Half an hour is okay. So we had options here. But whenever we go for second option, what I have realized is when we go to second option, when we drive 1 kilometer towards this big you can say ground, then we feel little relaxed. We feel little relaxed because our mind says we don't have option to go back to home. If we are here, let's have a complete walk. And what I've realized is in option number 2, usually we complete 1 hour of walk. Else in option number 1, usually we don't complete 1 hour. We go back to home with just 45 minutes or half an hour of walk only. Have you realized this? This is a real life incident, yes? Does this happen to you also? So here is an interesting learning, very interesting learning here. And the interesting learning here is when we have option to go back to something, when we feel little, now what is this? What are these points? These points are little challenges. When we feel little, you can say frustration in the business, when we feel that there is an option to go back to a more comfortable zone, this is how our mind plays. Our mind says, quit. Our mind says, let's do it tomorrow. Procrastination. Option number back. Okay, let's go back. So when we have options, our mind says, little pain, let's go back. Desire, let's go back. Again, not feeling good. Sometimes we don't feel very excited, very motivated to do business. And we feel, okay, let's go back. And don't you think the same we can relate to our business, and the same way, this is how our mind also works. And we think, let's go back. Let's go back to the simpler option. But here we have an option to go back, but this option is relatively it is more challenging, or you can say relatively it is going to be more time consuming. So that's why we feel little relaxed. So yeah, so many people say, okay, you should not have much options, right? I think they are absolutely right. This is how our mind plays. So the learning which I want to give to you all is, I know that most of you are into job or you are doing something else. What I suggest to you is focus on digital network marketing and build everything around it. Build all the income sources around it. Don't think about going back to the simpler options. Don't think about switching the industry. Don't think about going back to the job, because again, you will feel challenges. And if you are not completing this, the solution. Solution is, if you want good health, then you have to take at least 1 hour walk every day. But if you don't do this consistently, you will not be able to achieve the desired result. So if you want to achieve the desired result, you have to focus on activities, and you have to play with your mind that going back is not easy. So going back should not be easy. What you have to do is you have to do everything here. Even I'm not sure how many of you know this, but in some of my YouTube videos, I have discussed about this, that in August 2015, I was working with a company called IGT, okay, Interglobe Technologies. I was working with this company who have Indigo Airlines, okay, they have Indigo Airlines, right? So their technical department, IGT, I used to work there in Gurgaon. And I'm not sure how many of you know this, but when I left my job, when I quit my job, I didn't serve 90 days of notice period. 90 days notice period was there. But I was so fascinated. I was so excited for my business, not network marketing. I was doing another business initially, traditional business. I was so excited for this because I didn't want that fire, that excitement to diminish after some time. So that's why I wanted to quit as soon as possible. So I quit. I mean, I resigned, and then I asked my manager that I will not serve 90 days. Okay, I want to quit. I want to leave immediately. He said, no, it is not possible. You have to follow the process. You have to actually serve the notice period. We will not give you experience certificate. And then I told him, I don't need experience certificate. And did you know that I quit IGT without experience certificate? I killed all the, or I can say, I burned my own bridge because I never wanted to go back to job. Okay, so this is a risky thing. This was a very, very risky thing. I'm not motivating you for this. Okay, but yes, the thing is, this is how I quit my job. I didn't serve my notice period without experience certificate. Okay, so I hope you understand the idea. The idea is to play with your mind. Okay, and your option to go back should be very less. Only then you will always look at different. You will for little things, for little problem, little challenges. Don't think about going back. Are you getting it? Did you find any value here? This is very important mindset lesson. If you found any value so far, just type value, and this is how you have to train your mind. In network marketing business, we don't have to focus on motivation. Because motivation is very fluctuating thing. Okay, it is we are human beings, and it is very natural to be frustrated and motivated at the same time. Morning motivation, evening frustration. It is very, very common thing. So we don't need motivation. We need right mindset, strong mindset to build our business. Got it? So this is strong mindset. Okay. So with this thought, I want to start this weekly meeting. Let's stay focused. Let's stay in momentum. We don't have any other option to go back. We have our family. We have responsibilities to take care of our family members. All those people who said that you are married, it is your responsibility to take care of your family. So we have excellent opportunity as in a form of digital network marketing. Let's build business around it, and let's once we are into network marketing, we are here to become a success story, not a failure story.